to take concrete steps in their communities to bring change first of all to their lives, their families, their communities, and their countries. What results have this project achieved so far? I am happy to say that, so far, 289 girls and young women in 4 countries, Ghana, Zambia, Nepal, and Kenya, are currently participating and benefiting from this project. Just before this summit, we organized a forum where a blind female lawyer, a blind journalist, met with 300 visually impaired girls at the School of Ekropon in Ghana to share their life stories with these girls, to tell them that you can make it despite the fact that you are visually impaired. We are currently engaging 9 young people in 5 different countries to implement this project in their communities. What have the girls to say about this project? And I quote from 2 of them. Deborah is 19 years old and she's blind. She's attending school at School of Ekropon in Ghana. And she says this: when I became blind, I thought the world had come to an end. But from what I've learned today, I can still make it with determination. Another girl, she's 16 years old, Elizabeth Addy. She says, I have been inspired to be the best and challenged to think and act differently wherever I find myself. If we are to champion global health, these girls and young women need to be engaged actively. I would like to end by saying that we should not only come to One Young World and go back home. We should not only clap or raise our hands or even give standing ovation to brilliant presentations, but I charge you all as ambassadors to go back to your communities, take concrete actions, start small, in your family, in your schools, in your clubs. Do something to change and to make an impact in your communities. Thank you for your attention. Woo!
Fatima carried her daughter on her back, walking 300 miles to the largest refugee camp in the world. Upon her arrival, she realized her daughter was no longer with her, that she was dead. Do you know how that feels? You don't, because you have never experienced it. No mother should ever go through such pain and agony. The United Nations declared a famine in South Somalia on June 20th of this year. More than 12 million people are affected in the Horn of Africa. It's really unfortunate in the 21st century, with all our advancement scientifically and technologically, that we cannot prevent such catastrophe. As a result of the current crisis in the Horn of Africa, I and my close network of youth leaders across Canada decided to do something about it. As a result of our discussion, we stimulated a global movement using social media amongst Somali youth to bring awareness and humanitarian aid to Somalia and the Horn of Africa. We created a portal. I can have the slides. We created a website, a platform. And now we have 11 chapters across Canada, the United States, and Africa. We achieved thus far fundraising across Canada and the United States, Africa and the Middle East, and we managed to raise over $4 million. In honor of the countless Somalis walking for miles to refugee camps, 7 Somali-Canadian cousins walked for 4 days from Calgary to Edmonton for 300 miles, mimicking the average distance a regular Somali person would walk to the refugee camp. They raised $64,000 and inspired similar projects of further 11 cities across Canada and the US. These are some of the fundraising events that took place. And that's when they walked from Calgary to Edmonton. Droughts will happen. They always will. But they don't have to be a disaster. They can be managed if we pay attention to the early warning systems and act. As Desmond Tutu says, we are one big family. We must plan for the future together because we are living in a globalized world. I would like to take the time to thank the people of Gaza and Palestine who, despite their limited resources, raised $18,000 for Somali. Finally, I would like to thank all those who have responded to the famine in Somalia, in the Horn of Africa, but more work is needed. Thank you.